The rain hit the ground so hard it sounded like applause, but nobody was clapping for Malik. He ran between cars at the busy Lagos traffic light, barefoot, soaked, clutching a small tray of oranges balanced on his head. "Buy sweet orange! Very sweet!" he shouted, his voice fighting against honking horns and impatient engines. That was his life, every day, until the black Rolls-Royce stopped. Not the usual tinted SUV, this one was different, smooth, silent, expensive in a way that didn't scream, it whispered. The back window rolled down, and that was the first time he saw her. Her name was Zara Williams, the only daughter of Chief Williams, one of the wealthiest oil magnates in Nigeria. She lived in a mansion with marble floors and chandeliers so bright they made the sun look ordinary. But that afternoon, she didn't look powerful. She looked curious, their eyes locked. "Why aren't you in school?" she asked softly. Malik swallowed. "Why aren't you smiling?" he replied before thinking. The driver gasped, but Zara smiled. And that was how it began. Malik had lost his father at 9. His mother washed clothes in wealthy neighborhoods just to keep food on their small wooden table. School became a luxury they couldn't afford. Survival came first. Zara had everything money could buy: designer clothes, private tutors, luxury vacations. Yet she felt trapped inside a golden cage. Every decision in her life had already been planned. What university to attend, who to associate with, even who she might one day marry. The next day, the Rolls-Royce stopped again at the same traffic light, and the next, and the next. At first, she bought oranges. Then she stayed longer, then she stepped out of the car. "Don't!" the driver warned. But she did. They talked about everything. Dreams, fears, what freedom meant. Malik told her he wanted to become an engineer one day. He loved fixing broken radios, broken fans, broken things. "I like fixing things," he said shyly. Zara looked at him carefully. "Maybe you'll fix more than machines someday." She started coming without bodyguards, just a simple car. Sometimes she wore plain clothes so she wouldn't be recognized. For the first time in her life, someone spoke to her without calculating her net worth. And for the first time in his life, someone looked at him like he mattered. But love across worlds never grows quietly. One afternoon, Chief Williams saw CCTV footage from one of his company vehicles, his daughter laughing at a traffic light with a street boy. His face darkened. "Find out who he is," he ordered. It didn't take long. The next evening, Malik didn't see the Rolls-Royce. Instead, 2 black SUVs pulled up. Men stepped out. "Are you Malik?" His heart pounded. He nodded. "Stay away from Miss Zara," one of them said coldly. "Or your little orange business will be the least of your worries." That night, Malik couldn't sleep. Fear crawled through his chest. He thought about his mother, about how fragile their life already was. The next day, Zara came. He didn't smile. "You can't come here anymore," he said quietly. Her eyes widened. "What happened?" "You and I, we live in different worlds." She stepped closer. "Since when do you care about worlds?" "Since your world threatened mine." Silence. Then she did something unexpected. She took off her designer bracelet, worth more than everything Malik owned combined, and placed it in his hand. "I don't care about money," she whispered. "I care about you." He looked at the bracelet, then back at her. "I don't want your money," he said gently. "I want a future." That was the moment something changed. Zara went home and faced her father for the first time in her life. "I like him," she said firmly. Chief Williams laughed. "You like a street hawker?" "He's smarter than most men in your boardroom." Her father's voice hardened. You will marry into influence, not poverty." Tears filled her eyes. "Then maybe you don't know what wealth is." For days, she was locked inside the mansion, phone confiscated, movements monitored. But love, when it's real, doesn't disappear under pressure. It evolves. Meanwhile, Malik made a decision. If the world saw him as just a poor boy, he would rewrite the narrative. He found a small repair shop owner who agreed to let him work in exchange for learning the trade. He worked mornings fixing electronics, sold oranges at night, studied borrowed textbooks under streetlights. Months passed. Zara secretly followed his progress through a kind housemaid who sympathized with her. 1 year later, Malik built something small but powerful, a solar-powered portable charging station made from recycled parts. In neighborhoods where electricity failed constantly, his invention became popular. A local tech hub noticed, then a startup incubator, then an investor. Within 3 years, Malik wasn't running between cars anymore. He was running a clean energy company, not billionaire level, but respected, self-made, invited to speak at a youth innovation summit sponsored by Williams Group. Fate has a sense of humor. On the day of the event, Malik walked into the grand hall wearing a simple but sharp suit. And there she was, Zara. No longer the sheltered girl from the back seat of a Rolls-Royce. She had grown stronger, too, now heading a foundation focused on youth empowerment. Their eyes met again. Not at a traffic light, but under chandeliers. After his speech about resilience, innovation, and dignity beyond status, the room stood in applause. Chief Williams approached him slowly. "You built this yourself?" he asked. "Yes, sir." "No shortcuts?" "No, sir." A long pause. Then the billionaire extended his hand. "I respect men who build." Malik shook it. Later that evening, Zara found him outside on the balcony. "You fixed more than machines," she said softly. He smiled. "You fixed me too." Love didn't make him rich. Pressure did. Rejection did. Belief did. And sometimes, the distance between a traffic light and a chandelier isn't measured in money. It's measured in growth. So here's the real question. Was it love that changed their destiny? Or did love simply reveal who they were capable of becoming? If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. Would you fight for love across social classes? Because sometimes, the poorest boy has the richest heart.